And welcome, everybody, back to another episode of The Power Play. My name is Drew Kirby, and alongside me, David Bailey, Holden Beers, and Jaden Smith. We are here in the SESN studio on this very special Thursday, where after a long week, we have NBA basketball finally back. I know all four of us here, we have a lot on our minds about the All-Star game and what's going to happen on the rest of the NBA season. So why don't we just get into it? What was you guys' favorite thing of the All-Star game? Favorite event?
My favorite event was the dunk contest when Jaylen Brown got robbed from winning. He should have won. He dunked over a 6'3" Kai Cenat sitting in a chair.
6'3"?
6'3"? He's
A
6'3"?
little typo.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5'3".
Yeah, maybe 5'3".
Maybe
yeah.
4'3". I don't know.
4'3".
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. The dunk contest wasn't really my thing. Who else was in it? Jake Toppin?
Mac McClung,
Mac McClung.
Jacob Toppin, and
Who was the fourth? To know.
Uh,
They gotta
some
choose
other-
it's so
wasn't
bad
good.
now. We only
Yeah.
know Mac McClung.
And especially speaking of Mac McClung, I always wanted to say, like, if he's winning these dunk contests back-to-back years and he's killing it in the G League, why is he not in the pros?
Facts.
Well, because he sucks at basketball.
He
I mean, he
doesn't
could
suck.
dunk, but
He
that's
was in
all
the-
he could
He was in
do.
the running for G League MVP.
G League MVP. That's not.
Don't you think he could low-key be like what Austin Reeves has been for the Lakers, or
I'm
no?
saying.
No.
Maybe not on that same level.
No, I
but
mean-
Or like an Alex Caruso.
Or,
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
young Gerald Green.
Or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well, Caruso's a dog though.
Yeah,
Caruso's
Caruso's
a
great at
dog,
defense. He's a good shooter. You don't get the Mac McClung. It's just, it's cool dunks. He's running dunk man. He's like Giannis. Just
nasty in 2K
not
though.
good. He is nasty in
Nasty in
2K,
2K.
yeah. So I'm surprised you said the dunk contest, actually, because my personal favorite was a three-point contest. I feel like the dunk contest just gets worse and worse every single year. And with shooters just coming into the league, I feel like the three-point contest has to be the best. I mean, Dame put on a show, and this is after the dunk or the three-point contest, but the Sabrina versus Steph, that was awesome. I definitely think they should bring that back.
They should bring that back and put Kalen Clark in it and then have Clay on the team on Curry's team do like a little 2v2.
2v2. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I heard. You said what?
No.
I heard that they'll do Dame versus Caitlin Clark, and that would be cool also.
Yeah, because they're both like deep range shooters.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
And Dame's won back-to-back.
he has.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really bummed. My favorite player, Tyrese Halliburton, didn't win it. I don't know why you guys are looking like that. Future face of the league. I mean,
Future face is crazy.
Yeah.
I could actually see that, to be
Thank you.
honest.
Thank you,
No.
David. Yes.
He's not the best young point guard in the league.
What?
I got Shea over him.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking.
Shea is.
Shay's 25. He's not young.
What's
he's
the-
not
what's the-
23.
What's the cutoff?
Yeah,
for
how old's
young?
Halliburton?
What's the cutoff?
Yeah,
for
what's the
young?
cutoff? I thought 25 is
Like-
like the cutoff.
Yeah, 25 is the cutoff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shay's
25 and
25.
up. 25 and up, you're out. 24, I'll still give it to you.
No,
You're
I was
young.
thinking 25 and younger.
Yeah.
How old is Halliburton?
He's 23. Just turned 23.
Oh, you had his birthday down.
Yeah,
Oh,
sometime
okay.
in February.
Okay.
I'm glad you knew that.
Yeah. I mean, that's my favorite point guard. Of course
No,
I know that.
I don't think Halliburton could be the face of it.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be Anthony Edwards. Not.
Anthony Edwards, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
I
face
mean-
of the NBA.
I'm not mad at that. It's just, Halliburton's my guy, so I got to rep him. But if you want to say, that's totally fine. He is 21, which, that surprised me. He's 2 years younger than Halliburton, and they're from the same draft class.
Dog.
Nuts. Yeah.
That dude's a dog.
But back to the three-point contest. Did you guys see Karl Anthony Towns shoot it? He
Stepped
had
on the line?
stepped on the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to say like, it's rigged or whatever for the three-point contest. It's whatever. But Halliburton did get kind of he got sold on that, but it was still a good contest regardless.
Yeah.
What about the skills contest? Do you guys? I know
They need to get rid of it.
get rid of it.
It's
completely?
atrocious.
They should add in a King of the Court contest.
Yeah.
That would-
yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be dope.
Or like do something like the big three. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
big
Like,
three. Yeah.
Get three like didn't they do that last time with the Kakumpo brothers? Like to do a 3v3 or something like in the skills challenge.
I think it was
Yeah,
the
they
skills
had him in the
challenge.
skills
Yeah,
challenge.
that
Yeah,
was
but
Yeah.
they're
yeah.
like 3v3 pickup game.
Now, I guess my question would be for you is, do you think players would want to do that?
Yeah.
You think so?
I feel like it would make it more intense out.
And what if they take it serious? Because that's
If
what
they
you never
could.
Yeah,
know.
because I think they just take it like the All-Star game.
Yeah.
They should be dunking, shooting threes from like deep range.
But they have to
Yeah.
make it mean something, you know what I mean? Like they have to play for something.
So, if you were to create this, what would you make it for? Would you give him money, an incentive for like $50,000 or whatever.
Maybe something to go to a charity, and if you are in the playoffs or something leading up to that, your game is home. You get the home games. You know what I mean?
So if you're an 8th seed in the playoffs,
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
give him a home
Make
seed
it
against the
meaningful.
first.
Yeah.
And for an exhibition game, 3v3.
Yeah.
If they,
That's
Yeah.
crazy in my opinion.
yeah, that's a
ridiculous.
crazy take.
No, it's not.
So the
No, it's
first
not.
seed that wins 60 games and they try all year. Since
Look,
they didn't participate in a 3v3, but the AC did and they won.
Look, we already know that the Ace is going to lose. They're bums. We know that. So make it fair. Make it have some fun.
What seed was the
Low-key.
Heat last year?
I don't care.
They were the 8th seed and they won. They beat the first seed. They beat the Bucks.
See?
Yeah, that is true.
See? Give them some oomph. Some oomph.
In the exhibition game.
Yes.
Interesting.
It'll make
I
it more
think that'd
interesting.
be a crazy incentive to give them. I think just give
Yeah.
them money and like I don't know, a trophy or something.
I don't think
Yeah.
that
But then they wouldn't try,
Yeah,
It's just this
yeah.
whole dilemma.
It's just like the All-Star game.
it's gonna be like the little mid-season tournament all over again.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
And
Well, the Pacers tried it. That they put their effort
the
into
in-season
that.
tournament?
Yeah.
We
I thought
went.
that was actually a good addition.
I-
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Well,
I'm
because
not-
it's like a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. And for a young team like the Pacers, for them to go in, beat the Celtics, beat the Bucks, some of the top teams in the league.
But they lost to the Lakers.
I heard laughing back there. I think it was off. I mean, yeah, sure, we lost, whatever. But we got the exposure, and that's all the Pacers needed. We'll be back by April. I'm sure of it. But to go back to you saying players aren't trying, I think that was kind of just everything summed up for this All-Star week, including the All-Star game. Just considering how much players didn't try, what was your guys' thoughts on the All-Star game? Did you find it entertaining even though players didn't really try?
I did not pay attention to it.
Nah,
Not at all.
I turned it off.
I
after
just
a
think
while.
like that, like half-court shots like are cool when
Yeah.
they make it, but like the like true fans want to see like effort being put into the games.
Yeah.
Like defensive play, like Kobe's talked about before. Like
Mhm.
you see better pickup games at UCLA gyms
Yeah.
than the All-Star game.
Yeah, and you make a good point, Holden. I was watching a podcast with Kobe, like a little TikTok clip, and he was saying that he views the All-Star game as the greatest pickup game in the world.
Yeah.
And I think that's what NBA players need to have that mindset for, This Mamba mentality that people talk about, it's not in the NBA anymore. They want to say
Yeah.
it's Tatum, they want to say it's Devin Booker, but I don't see it personally. What else is the other event? It was the Rookies game?
Oh yeah, Rising Stars.
Rising Stars, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we watched it though because we were doing a broadcast game, right?
Yeah, we
That
had a
was during-
broadcast in the middle of it.
But from what I heard, they did 3 different teams, 3
Mhm.
different coaches, and they all play each other to find out what the best team is.
Yeah,
I do think that's actually not a bad idea.
I do wish I watched it because it did seem like a lot of fun, and I was watching it last year, and it was a lot of fun last year with the new format of the 3 teams. And I also like how they do G League players, give them some shine right before the
Yeah.
draft. I do wish I watched that game, especially considering the MVP. I feel like we should talk about the MVP. Not biased, but it was Benedict Mathurin from the Indiana Pacers. He had a great game. Why are you looking at me like that? It's the MVP. He was doing.
Of
Did
the
you see?
Rising Stars
He did
game.
Yeah,
make
the
that free
Rising
throw,
Stars.
though, for
He
25K.
did.
That is
I did
true.
see that. He was
Yeah.
talking a lot of smack to Jane Ivey. Did you guys
Ivey,
see
Yeah.
that?
I saw that. Yeah.
That was awesome. And the Pacers actually do play the Pistons tonight. So Jane Ivey and Benedict Mathurin will be facing off first game after the All-Star break. So I am really excited for that.
Upset incoming.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all I gotta
All
say.
right.
I'd say it's
Pistons winning.
Well, I'll bring this up to you tomorrow. Don't worry. What about the Kings? You guys play tonight, right?
Play the Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spurs. They play tonight. How are you guys feeling about that game?
Matter of fact,
Confident?
how are you feeling that Sabonis is not an All-Star?
That's a good
Bro.
It
one.
doesn't
That's a
matter.
whole
He's
nother conversation,
7th in the
bro.
MVP. He's
He's winning
leading the league in
MVP,
triple
bro.
doubles.
Yep.
Has most assists by a center. Most double doubles this year.
No, they call him a Jokic clone. I think Jokic is a Sabonis clone. To be honest, bro. Give me Sabonis.
This is crazier than anything I've ever said about the
Really?
Pacers. Yeah, really.
If they saw the conversation in the back, that was.
So, do you think De'Aaron Fox should have made it? Do you think you guys should have had 2, or you would have
would've
been?
had
I think Fox should have made it
He
in
should've
over
been
Paul
in.
George.
Over Paul
I
George.
agree with that,
Yeah.
I think majority of the season Fox has been better, although lately George has been better than Fox.
Yeah.
has been,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Fox has been in a pretty bad slump
He's been in a slump.
recently. Yeah, since
I,
January.
I think he
Yeah.
picks it back up now
I do
that
too.
they've had a week break. Because I think he was dealing with some sort of weird ankle injury.
Okay.
yeah, he was.
Now that he should be healthy though after All-Star break, right?
Yeah.
And we
Okay.
already know that playoff time comes around. We know what we're gonna get from him. So
Okay.
I'm not worried.
And
about
So, where do you guys think? Where do you see the Kings in this? The rest of, I think you guys have like 25 games left remaining.
Yeah.
Do you see yourselves getting in that top 5 seed, maybe top 4?
I mean, they're only a game back
Yeah.
from the 5 seed. It's like neck and neck between them, the Nuggets, the Suns, and the Mavericks right now in that like 5 to 8 range.
They're the 8th seed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think they could pass up maybe the Mavericks, like Luka?
I think
And all that?
I think they could pass up the Mavericks and possibly the Nuggets.
I agree with that.
I think the Suns make a late year push too. So I think
Okay.
Kings end up with a 6 seed.
Yeah.
I guess I could see that. What about if you guys faced off against the Warriors in like the play-in maybe? Let's say they don't get there, and you guys do play the Warriors in the play-in, which is a possibility. Would you like your chances for that?
Yeah.
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 We played better against them this year
did.
so far in the regular season.
Yeah.
Jane, as a Warrior fan, what are you thinking?
The Warriors right now, they're not making me the most happy right now. Sadly, but you know,
I mean, they picked it up a little bit
I
ever
guess.
since Clay got benched. I mean, they had Pods. What's his name?
Podolski.
Pujemski. Yeah, he's
but we
a
can't
great.
depend all of our games just on Curry. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh-huh.
So, if y'all do get us in the play-in, we are going.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's the second greatest player of all time, like Drew said before in
He
the
is.
back.
Steph Curry
He
is
should be
second.
able to
That's
carry
a great
the team
point,
to the
Holden.
play-in, or at least a play-in. But
But he is older now, though, and you know you do have. How old is Fox? Like 26, like
Well, hold
just
on.
hitting his
Don't
prime.
go back on your word now.
What do you mean?
You going back on your word? Oh, he's older now. No,
'Cause
He
he's-
is 35.
Age isn't
yeah.
showing though right now. I feel like
Yeah.
he's having like 30.
yeah, he has like the best stat line for a
Yeah.
point guard over the age of 35 or something.
Yeah.
And then like
well, I
Dirk-
mean that's Stephen Curry, but does he have the best stat line out of all the point guards in the league right now?
No.
Yeah. You know, so in my eyes, it's not like he's falling off or nothing. You know, it's just like I don't think he could really carry a team the way he did in 2021, for example. You know, but I mean, I don't even think the Warriors are a team that he has to carry. I mean, he obviously has to carry, but the cum bucket, I mean, he's been great all year. I mean,
You talking about Kuminga?
Kuminga,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
cum bucket, yeah. I mean, he's been averaging like 20 points ever since he started.
That's true.
He's I mean, he's been great for you guys. So I don't know. I am curious to see how the Warriors do in this second half. I don't get what's so funny. What about so? Is there any other team you get? You're not worried about any team then, right?
I don't want to play the Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Pelicans,
you
yeah.
got-
They beat us 4 times this
In
year.
that in-season tournament too, right?
Yeah.
I was watching that game. I think you guys lost by like 40.
They've blown us out like 3 out of 4 times.
Yeah.
I'm not
I don't think it was 40 though. I think
Yeah,
you're
it wasn't
over.
40.
You're exaggerating.
35.
disrespectful.
35.
It was like 30.
We'll
like,
go 25.
25,
We'll go
yeah.
25.
I think the Pelicans are actually a really underrated team, and I think that is kind of a nightmare matchup for you guys.
Yeah.
Just because of all like the length they have, you know, the strength. I mean, you got Zion, Brandon Ingram, obviously, but it's also Trey Murphy. It's also Herb Jones. You know, these are great players that,
Yeah.
and Herb Jones guarding De'Aaron Fox for a 7-game series. That's not a great look. So I do think that would be a tough matchup. I actually think the Pelicans play a lot like the Orlando Magic. I think the Pelicans are kind of the west version to the east side of the Magic. I mean, you look at their length. I mean, they got Franz Wagner, Paulo. I mean, Wendell Carter. They got like a really big team, and that's going to be tough to beat in the playoffs.
I mean, that's been working in today's NBA despite like
Yeah.
the 3-point shooting that all these teams have. Because like, look at the Timberwolves; they're the 1 seed in the West, and they have Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns in their
Yeah,
starting
That's a
lineup.
good point.
So
Mhm. Yeah, I think the Timberwolves would you like your chances against the Timberwolves?
I think we're 1
Face
and 1
up?
against them. I think we split our season.
It'd be a
series
close
so far.
series.
It would be close.
if the Timberwolves and the Kings played, it'd be a close series.
That might go 7. I think I go 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I think I got the Timberwolves beating you
I have the
guys.
Timberwolves
I might have them in like 5, maybe 6. No disrespect, but
Because like off matchups like Edwards and Fox, I feel like kind of
You have
cancel
the
out a
future
little
goat
bit.
on the Timberwolves, man.
Ooh.
Anthony Edwards.
Tyrese Halliburton isn't on the
All right,
Timberwolves. What are we?
All right, bro. All right, bro.
At least it wasn't Matherin. I thought he was going to say Matherin.
Yeah.
Oh, Mathurin is a dog. I could talk about Mathurin all day. He's
No,
gonna
no,
be
no,
nice.
you're
Second
good,
half
you're
of this
good.
year, he's gonna be great. I think you guys should expect him have a big second half. But
What
About the Pacers.
Should be.
What seed are the Pacers right now?
they're the 6th seed. They're like a game.
Oh.
They're a game and a half.
So they have a
to
chance
the
to be in the
fourth.
play-in too.
Yeah, good luck
They
in
do.
the plane.
They do. And we.
Good luck in the play-in.
Good luck in the play-in. The
Yeah.
play-in?
Good luck in the plane.
No. I think by the end of the year, my Pacers will be. I can see them as the 4th seed. I mean, I did see a stat that says they have like the 4th hardest remaining schedule, which does scare me. But the Pacers play better against better teams. I mean, we've lost so much games to the Trail. We got swept by the Trailblazers this year. We lost. Stop laughing. We lost to. Let me think. Who else? The Wizards. We lost to the Wizards. I mean, we almost lost to the Pistons twice. So, you know.
I think if you guys got into a playing game against the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler is locking up
I
Tyrese
think
Halliburton.
I
winning that.
completely disagree.
Killing them.
Dude,
I
playoff
disagree.
Heat are a different team.
Yeah.
Dude.
Tyrese Halliburton dropped like 44 on the Heat last game. He had like
But
30
it's
at halftime.
playoff Jimmy.
Dude,
They beat the 1 seed
Playoff
Bucks
Halliburton.
last
The
year.
Heat just find
Playoff
ways
Halliburton,
to
we
win.
don't know what he
I
looks
don't
like.
know.
we seen him in the play-in. How about the
That just-
Celtics? He dropped like a 30-point triple-double,
It's the
0
play-in.
turnovers.
Half the players were
I mean,
really
the
trying.
in-season tournament, excuse me.
Or in-season tournament, yeah.
And then the Bucks, he also beat the Bucks. They were definitely trying. You can't say they're not.
I want to see y'all play the Bucks. In the
I would
playoff
love
series.
that. That is
Yeah.
my
That'd be
dream
entertaining.
matchup because although like it would be entertaining, I'm not really scared at all. I think the Bucks are a fraudulent team.
I think Giannis's average is 48 a game in that series.
Yeah, he would. I'm not denying that. Probably 45 and 15.
Yeah.
But you know their defense is not good. They have no answer for Halliburton. We've seen it 5 times this year.
They
We're
should've-
4-1 against the Bucks.
They should have kept their coach.
Yeah,
AJ
that,
Griffin.
that,
That
that
is
thing
a
is,
huge.
that whole
yeah.
situation is insane to me.
Do you guys like the Doc hiring?
No.
Oh,
Doc
I never
Rivers not
liked
at
him
all.
with anything.
They've
he was
been-
with.
They went like 3-4 over their 7-game stretch with him.
And he's making
Yeah.
excuses about each game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always done that though.
Yeah.
Did you see what he's been saying recently?
Yeah.
He said, what did he say? Something about the Bucks front office. How like when he first got the call to get the job, he asked him like, "Why are you doing
Oh,
this?"
Yeah,
Which is just
and they were like, "We've already done it. Like we have no choice."
Yeah, why
Yeah.
would you say that if you're
Yeah.
Doc? And then he just has a bad rep of throwing players under the bus. I mean, he kind of ruined Ben Simmons' career. That was horrible. And with the Clippers, I mean, he threw all the players under the bus with that one too. So,
Yeah.
you know, now that I mean, we already own the Bucks, the
Imagine
Pacers.
Lob City with a ring.
Lob City,
Yeah.
it would. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to see Chris Paul win a ring. Blake Griffin, DeAndre
Well, Chris
Jordan,
Paul's he's got a curse or something.
You
But
think so?
When it comes to winning a ring, like
I mean,
and choking playoff series.
he
is
has
like,
choked a lot of games.
five.
Yeah.
I saw I think 5 playoff series where he was up 2-0 and they lost.
Yeah, I think he blew a 3-1 lead with
Yeah.
the Clippers also. Was it Spurs maybe? Spurs or Rockets?
It was when he was on the Rockets.
Yeah.
Oh, it was when he was on the Rockets?
Yeah.
I thought it was when he was with the Clippers. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
blown 3-1 leads, definitely a choker. If he he's injured right now, right, Jaden?
I believe he is injured right now, yeah.
He's supposed to come back soon though.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I'm curious to see where he comes back in the lineup now that he's healthy. And considering the Warriors have they've picked it up a little bit, I'm curious to see if they keep him. Because he started the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah.
At the point guard with Curry at the shooting guard.
And then Clay at the small forward.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
horrible
That was
lineup.
a bad lineup.
I don't think they'll run that, but I do think Chris Paul off the bench. I mean, he could be okay, maybe, but I don't know. I'm excited for the Warriors, to be honest. Like I know they're a bad team. I know you gave me that look, but I'm a huge Curry fan. I mean, you heard me. I think he's the second best player of all time. I mean, but I don't know. They're just an exciting team. You know, they're the best team of the 2010s. You want to see how their dynasty ends. You know, so why are you looking at me like that?
Last year, to be honest.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you could say
I don't know
that.
if they win again.
Yeah, that could be true. Why are you looking at me
Because
like
I
that,
still
Jaden?
can't agree with that.
Why?
Steph Curry is not the second best player of all time.
And
He's the best offensive player of all time.
Well, that's a different
That's
conversation.
a
Yeah,
whole
that's
nother
not- yeah.
conversation.
I mean, you see how
basketball is an offensive defensive game.
Yeah.
But right now, in 2024, would you agree that basketball is being played at the highest level than it's ever been?
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason because of that is because of the three-point shooting. And that's all because of Stephen Curry, the godfather of the threes.
I think the highest level was like that 2010s to 2018
I think
era.
all around that
No.
was the best level.
Yeah.
Nowadays, defense is.
Yeah, defense has fallen
No one
off.
cares.
I don't think his
no more.
defense fallen off. It's just offensive
Offense
players are
got
getting
better.
better. I mean, the Pacers right now, I'm sorry to bring up the Pacers again, but they do have the highest offensive rating of all time. They do. It's like 123 or something.
Kings had the
They
best
had the highest
offensive
last
rating
year.
Yeah.
That's just how basketball works. The offense gets better and better each year. It's not the defense falling off. It's just, you get a good contest, you put a hand in their face, but it still goes in. They're the best players in the world.
So is offense getting better and better? Wouldn't defense get better and better with that?
I think players just don't care as much though. on
don't
the defense.
care.
Like
Yeah.
they're kind of lazy out there on defense. Like not as many players are like two-way players. Like guys like
Yeah.
Paul George and Jimmy Butler, those guys
Mhm.
are like kind of not in the league as much anymore. I feel
Yeah.
like so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but I don't want to sit here and act like there's not good defensive players in the
Yeah.
league.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
there's-
we've seen Wembenyama first in his rookie year. He's a defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I mean, he's
I don't
7'4"
think-
with
Yeah.
about an 8-foot
Uh-huh.
wingspan.
Well, we could
I
go-
hope he's good at defense.
Yeah, I mean, we could go to wings. I mean, Jaden McDaniels. We were talking about him earlier.
Yeah.
Great defensively.
Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Keegan Murray is great defensively.
Drew Holiday's still
You
pretty
guys can
good.
be biased, but it's not for me. But that's okay. That's okay. Alex Caruso, great defender. I mean, so
Shea does lead the league in steals.
Shay's good defensively
Averages
too.
2
You
steals a
got
game.
J-Dub good at defense. There's still good defensive players. It's just offense has just grown so much more that there's not a lot defense could do, you know? So for that reason, yeah, I do think the best players playing today are the best players of all time, which should make sense. So given that, I do think Steph Curry is the second best player of all
Whoa.
time behind LeBron James.
We're not going to escape past that. You saying that all players now are better than all players in like the 90s?
Not all players. Obviously, Jordan's not better than, I don't know, Sasha, whoever the guy is on the Kings. Sorry for that.
Yeah,
But-
duh.
Yeah,
Nice
duh.
right there.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's the best players of today's league are a lot better than the best players of the 2000s. They're a lot better than the best players of the 90s.
No, they're not. Trying to think of like a
Why not?
comparison.
So you like Kobe?
Well, if you
I don't want to bring up Kobe. Actually, that's a bad example.
Jordan, Kobe, Duncan Robinson, Charles Barkley.
Duncan Robinson.
No,
Not
Oh,
Duncan
Tim
Robinson.
Duncan.
Not
David
Dun-
Robinson.
David
David
Robinson.
Robinson.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like, come on.
I don't think David
Shaq.
Robinson's better than Jokic. I don't think he's better than Embiid.
He's better at defense than Jokic.
Sure. I mean, yeah, he's better at defense. Do I care
And
about
he
defense?
had more
when-
rebounds than Jokic.
No, I don't think so. Jokic
He
is
averaged
aver-
like 12 or 13 rebounds a game.
That's what Jokic is doing right now.
I mean, if
He's
you
averaging
put-
like 12,
if
13.
you put
No, he's
David
not.
Robinson-
Yeah.
That's what
last
Sabonis
year
is
was.
averaging, and he leads the league.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
okay.
snubbed him. That's. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start crying on camera.
I don't know. I mean, I just think, who cares about defense? And I'm not gonna say Jokic is a bad. I'm not gonna
Who
say
cares
Jokic is
about
a bad defender.
Hey, we also forgot about Shaq.
Okay,
Oh,
Shaq's
yeah.
I'm not. Shaq's a freak.
Charles Barkley, the GOAT.
Charles
Okay.
No, we're not getting into this, bro.
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett's awesome. You know, Chuck's. He's
Hakeem?
cool.
Hakeem Olajuwon,
Hakeem?
yeah.
Hakeem, I like Hakeem a lot. These are great, like two-way players.
Clyde the Glide.
But they're not doing the Glide the Glide. They're not
Peja
bringing.
would be nasty in this era. Peja, bro.
Peja.
28
Yeah.
points a game.
Yeah,
I mean-
because
leading in
his three-point shooting
Bro.
was, but they didn't shoot as many threes
Yeah,
back
they
then.
didn't shoot it
But
back
is he a
then.
better three-point shooter than like Michael Porter Jr.? I don't think so. Just because, like, you know, that's just.
I don't.
I think he is.
I think he is.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Michael Porter he's averaging like 43% from three on like 8-9 shots a game. So you know, for that reason, I go Michael Porter.
Peja would take like 4 or 5 threes a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I'm just mad
It's
that
just
y'all
'cause of the era.
entertaining this.
Overall,
Why
Peja
y'all
is a better
entertaining-
player.
Why shouldn't it be entertained?
Don't put this camera on
I'm
me.
serious.
Put
Like,
it back on you with these outrageous
you
takes
can't put it on me. I'm standing on business, Jaden. I have been dying on this hill since I was in like 7th grade.
I believe it.
Me and my friend, we would go on YouTube and we would look up the whole games of like the 90s, 80s, anything we can. They're not like
Well, I
that
think
good.
I think
they're,
the
like,
no,
they're
I
playing
think the
man to man.
No,
There's no like
I think
switches.
the 90s is way better than the 90s is way better than the 80s.
Yeah.
'Cause I saw clips of the 80s. They shot
Yeah.
no threes.
Not good.
And they all would just sit paint because
But-
there was no 3 seconds in the
But
key.
they don't do that in the 90s. They're not shooting threes. The other day I was watching the Bulls against the Trailblazers with Clyde Drexler, Clyde the Glide, and I think that was 1991. And I was watching the game, and nobody is like sitting on the 3-point line.
Okay.
It's all inside the arc,
But-
just bad
so-
offense. And
so-
of course the defense is gonna look better when you have those players all congested inside the paint.
Okay, but so you're saying there's no 3-point shooting, but Jordan was averaging 32 a game with basically barely any threes.
Uh huh. Well,
That's 32 a game.
that's
with
nice.
like-
pretty impressive.
That is
O-
impressive.
only on 2
That's why
points.
he's my 4th best player of all time. You know, like he's that guy.
Wait, so
But-
you have LeBron,
Mhm.
Curry. Who's third?
Nikola Jokic.
Wait, you were serious about that?
I was dead serious.
Hey,
Yeah, no, I'm
end
not
this.
kidding. I am so serious. I'm so,
Wrap it up.
Wrap it
I'm
up.
so serious when I say that. I mean, I don't know. Just the off, like again,
Whoa.
it's just the offensive output. Jokic is averaging. You said 32 points. Yeah, that's sweet. But Jokic is averaging 28 with 10 assists per game.
But still, we're comparing careers. We can't compare. How many seasons has Jokic played in the NBA?
Like
7
9,
or 8,
8,
something like
yeah.
that.
And how many seasons has Jordan?
So
LeBron.
So okay.
And how many
so-
chips does Jordan have?
How many chips does LeBron have?
dude? LeBron. I mean, they have 4 and 6. Yeah, cool. Whatever. I don't like. Yeah,
Whatever.
No.
That's rings. That's legacy.
Dude, I don't think rings are like the one all be all.
Then what is?
That
So what
NBA
is?
fan, just your peak. How good you were at the best you could be.
Okay,
And
I
what
kind of-
Jokic is doing, what Jokic did last year was better than anything,
So you're
any
saying-
single year that
so
Michael Jordan
you're
ever
saying
did.
last year was his peak. He's
Yeah.
not going to get better than last year.
He could, but as of right now, from what we've seen, last year was Nikola Jokic's peak. And that was one of the best seasons of all time. I mean, you give the fact that they're the first seed. He did it all with no All-Stars around him. It was just him, an MVP. They cruised through the Western Conference, and they won the finals. It was not a single flaw to that season. And you bring in, he did that against better competition. So yeah, I do think what Jokic did last year was more impressive than any single season year that Michael Jordan had.
So
right
you're-
now, you're just talking.
I'm not.
I think
I've
Shaq
been
has
saying-
one of the best peaks of all time. If we're
Yeah,
talking about
Shaq
peaks.
is
Yeah.
Shaq
Shaq's
was
top 5. After Jordan at 4, Shaq 5. Is that all?
mean,
you're not entertaining this no more.
That
This
playoff
has been
run last
Power Play
year,
Podcast.
They really
This has
did.
been
Like, they
Power
were just
Play.
better than everyone last year. Like, no one could touch the Nuggets last year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess we've been rambling on a little bit too much. I guess we could end it there. I mean, we started off as an all-star talk. We ended up talking about the GOATs, so
I'm speechless.
yeah, it went a little bit off track, but you know, I'm glad we had this talk. I'm glad, hopefully, in time you could see that, you know, Curry and Jokic
Hey,
and LeBron are the
Hey,
top
you're
3.
taking my age well when Jokic has 6 rings, but I don't think that's gonna
What does it
happen.
matter with rings?
Huh?
Why should rings? Why do?
Because that's the greatest feat you should accomplish
No,
in sports.
To his argument, why does ring matter? That means just Charles Barkley's the greatest player of all time. Rings don't matter, right? Charles
Yeah.
Barkley's the GOAT.
Outro.
I'm ending it there. You heard all 4 of us ramble on about nonsense about the NBA. I'm Drew Kirby. Alongside me, David Bailey, Holden Beers, and Jaden Smith. Once again, thank you guys all for listening to the Power Play. And until next time, take care.
Charles Barkley's the GOAT.
Stop it. Stop it.
Honest, no. If we're talking about peaks, though, he did have an MVP season.
In Jordan.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's great.
Nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you know, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it, so.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut 1. And cut 1. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for 3! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
The sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
College just got affordable. Up to 100% of enrollment fees can be reimbursed for first-time college students taking full-time classes. At Solano Community College, we are taking full advantage of this to further your future. With certificate and degree programs in industrial technology, aeronautics, biotechnology, and many others, Solano Community College is a staple for success. For more information, please contact the Financial Aid Office at 707-864-7000.